Sup, everybody? I know, 15 minutes late tonight. No good, but it's the best I could do. I had to get some food, man. I was running late with the other stuff, and then eating, and yeah, excuses. Anyway, let's do this thing. What's up? Pete, I saw your message, by the way. I never replied in the Alliance chat, but I saw your message about Ice Frog. That's pretty funny. But anyway, let's get a tweet out nice and quick. Dearest Stretch Marvel Champions, I think Warlock is probably the coolest looking dude you guys have added yet. Let's test this robot. Let's test him. Let's go with that. Bring us. I am now. Live. Okay. I just realized something. Hold on a second. Hang on a second. Let me go to my champion screen before I tweet on this. I mean, am I assuming his gender right now? he looks like a guy, but I guess he doesn't have to be. It doesn't say male or female here. Oh my goodness. Anyway, tweet, whatever. Okay. Hashtag Dreamin' wins again. Did Dreamin' win again? I wasn't able to catch it. I know he did the stream, but I wasn't able to hang out. Anyway, Donut Cop first Twitter, followed by Sim, Panama Pete, Parion J, Gamer JJ, Lakers Body J, just kidding, Lakers Bodyguard, Renzo, Lori, Real Deal, sup everybody. Yo BG, you know how last night I said I would have 100% variant 3 today. Yeah, I have 3 paths and out of units and resources. No, Rapato, you were so close. That's alright, man, you'll get there. You will get there, and then, yeah, you get all those sweet rewards. A little bit of time, a little bit of patience. Quick question, should I bring up my 5-star Medusa or rank 2 my 6-star Corvus? Depends on what you need more. Both great champions. The 5-star is significantly cheaper to rank up, so I'm usually more inclined to say go with the 5-star, but hey, sometimes you need a Corvus in your life. And on that note, I'll remind you guys that today is the Sunday testing stream. We do this once every 2 weeks when new champions come out and I get to test them out. This is the worst time to ask rank up advice and stuff like that. I stream every other night of the week where we're just doing arena, just chilling out. And that is a great time to ask any questions about MCOC. But when it comes to the testing streams, it's difficult to think about these questions and try to learn a new champion. So I will be focusing on just Warlock. If you have any tips about Warlock or questions about Warlock, feel free to ask those. We'll try to figure them out together. But otherwise, I'm going to ignore the other general rank up advice style questions from here on out. Esmir sent it over $2 saying, I find Wasp to be a good Warlock counter. Interesting. Wasp? Is there anything that makes Wasp particularly good, or is it just that she has a lot of damage? I still don't really know much about Warlock to know exactly what even makes a good counter. But thank you for the 2, dude. I see the rest of Dreamin's crew is raiding. Hashtag the champ is back. So I bet if I look in the alliance chat right now, it'll say 5 times champ or something like that next to your name, huh? Congrats on your victory. What's up, everybody? What's up, Dap? Heyo, the heavy is great for general damage if you have deep wounds. Oh, with Warlock, I was thinking Wasp for a second since Esmir was talking about Wasp. You should use your 5-star Warlock on Act 6 Sinister, but really try the 4-star on variant 2.3.1 Sinister. I think there is a Mephisto to get him, though. Okay. Variant 2.3.1, okay. Let me take a look. OMG, I forgot to change it. Thanks for the reminder. How useful is Warlock synergy with Magic? Well, we're gonna try to figure all that out. Let's start looking at this guy. And actually, hold on. Before we start looking at him, I'm gonna pop open the Discord in case any Discord friends want to jump in. But if not, that's all right. We will figure this guy out together. Dragon sent it over too, saying sneaking in for a sec. Congrats on getting Warlock, Dragon. Thank you very much. I can't remember if we talked about it or not. If you were going for Warlock or not. I think you said you were going for the 4-star, but that might have been Sunspot. But Dragon, thank you. I really appreciate the 2. Oh God. I see Clobberin's back. What's up, Clobberin?
For clarification, I never left.
What? When I joined, I was the only one in this chat.
I was hidden.
You could hide yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget. You know, man.
Okay. Yeah, I picked up both a 4-star Warlock and 4-star Sunspot. I couldn't do the grind next week since I'll be in NYC for the Summer Showdown. Oh, yeah. Good luck. Hope you have... I know you're going to have a fun time. It's a pretty fun time being in the studio, so I know you're going to have a fun time. So I'll only say good luck. The have fun part's not even necessary. It's definitely going to happen. Alright, so visually, just like, look at this guy. Oh, man. This guy is so cool. His weird hair thing that he has. Just the kind of general design of him. His awesome claws and everything. Yeah, this guy is super cool. Let's go look at a high level one before we start testing out this guy. Been using Warlock a lot. If I can help, I will. Alright, sounds good. Pop the L3 with a good amount of infection, he regens a decent amount. I've heard that. But let's go take a look. See, I should have done. I should have watched Dorky Diggity Dave's video again, because I watched it once, but I didn't memorize the info. He's very fun. I'm thinking he is too. Can't wait. All right, so here's B Manny's. He's Sig 198, so pretty weak, really, you know. Sig 198, pathetic. Degenerates, huh?
Pathetic.
It is, right? So his awakened ability, it just says when opponent's power is drained or burned, they degenerate for X amount of damage over a couple seconds. Which, you know, okay. I feel like that damage probably helps, but I don't know exactly how the uptime is on it. We'll figure that out. Actually, I want to look at his base stats first. So I remember looking at Warlock just on like the home screen where you can look at champions, and I was looking at the stats, and yeah, like the crit damage rating, super high. So that's pretty cool. I mean, kind of cool. It can be cool at least. What's nice about crit damage rating is the only way to really influence this is through the one mastery. I know there's technically two masteries, but nobody puts lesser cruelty. So there's one mastery and then synergies, and a lot of times we can't really run the synergies. But there's a lot more ways to boost attack these days. Through actual just straight up boosts or suicide masteries or whatever else. So I don't think he has any way to increase his attack. So like unboosted and without suicides, he might feel weak, but I feel like once you add that stuff and you land some crits, then his damage output's actually pretty good because of that high crit damage rating.
You got suicides on you, right?
I took them off actually to place defense.
Ah.
So they are off, but I can put them back in. I want to test both this dude and Sunspot, and yeah, I want to figure out. Here for Sunspot, you don't really like suicide's pretty bad, but we'll figure that out later. All right. Anyway, he's got moderately high block proficiency, a little bit above average, which is nice. But nothing too crazy. The armor is also a little bit above average. Same thing, just kind of nice, whatever. Synergies. The synergy with Sunspot, 25% incinerate, increased duration. That just seems really good. I have no idea if it is. Same thing for Magic. Attack rating is increased by 50% while in Limbo. That's lovely because Magic does not have a way to increase her attack either. And 50% is kind of a lot. And then, yeah, special attacks for Warlock generate 70% less power in opponents. All good stuff. This Robot Uprising synergy seems super useful as well. Whenever any teammate would receive a debuff they're immune to, they gain a Fury buff, increasing attack by 60%. So, great Caustic Temper counter when you have these robots, since they're immune to poison, and Caustic Temper is, applies poison to you. But you need a Fury to actually deal damage to the node, so that's good stuff. And also, I feel like in the right situation, like I almost went for Warlock as just like for Legends run purposes. Just thinking like, man, yeah, that 60% attack is really nice. Just having a even if the robots listed here are not the hardest hitting robots, there might be a situation that calls for a robot, and having the synergy to increase the attack by 60%, if you can also get that going at the same time, like, well, damn, it's gonna be faster than not having 60%, right? But Art of Chaos sent it over $2. Thank you very much, dude. Do you have a... I don't see any message other than one right after that says, wish that Fury stacked. Yeah, so apparently it doesn't stack. I wasn't sure when it came out, like, what that was going to be, if it was going to stack or what. I was pretty curious about it, but yeah, apparently it does not, which I think is fine. I think it'd be OP if it stacked, so I think it's still pretty good as is.
It is an active Fury effect, though, so it's, again, as you said, useful for Caustic Temper and the 6-2 Sinister. As Public Great
buffed
asked
up.
in chat.
Buffed up as well. Sometimes you just need that one extra. And yeah, Articus, you're saying it says any teammate, so just need one of them. Oh. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was confusing myself for a second. Rib934 sent it over to saying, okay, I'll keep the wall. Dude, Rib934, thank you very much, man. Had the power to take it down. Showing restraint. Thank you, dudes. Thank you very much for the 2. Grotesque also sent it over to. Man, the wall wall is a grown. Thank you, Grotesk. Appreciate it, man. So you can bring Omega Smash into block, yeah. Wait, Smash into block. Wait, what is Star saying? Versus... Oh!
I assume for Biohazard, maybe.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Not
yeah,
Biohazard. That's not the right one.
No, it is Biohazard, because when they're blocking, it's poison.
It's poison, and when you hit them, it's the bleed.
Mm-hmm.
That Crossbones would be... That's a hard Crossbones counter.
Code saying Robot Uprising gives Ghost with Suicides the 60% Fury at the start of the fight. Thank God, because she needs it. I hear that's a bug, though, so it's probably going to get fixed.
It's just supposed to be when they're immune to one of the debuffs being applied.
Yeah.
How does that interact with Taskmaster?
I haven't tried it with Taskmaster personally.
I would imagine.
Go find one.
I would imagine once he goes immune, then it would work, kind of as advertised.
I think anytime there's a HUD immune call out, it should work.
Yeah, I think so too. Cynical Alex is not showing restraint, sending over 5 of them Canadian bucks, saying smashy, smashy. And down goes the wall. Well, thank you for the 5, dude. I appreciate that, bad. For the 2 toonies and a loony. Alright, let's get back to this, though. So, really, really cool synergies, those first 2. These other ones, whatever. You know,
the cable one's actually pretty good for Warlock. It keeps he can get more infections that way.
Whenever the opponent would gain one or more.
Similar to how Havoc's dupe is, but for the infection charges.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I was just looking at it for the other champs, and I wasn't even thinking about Warlock. But, you know, that does sound good. I mean, honestly, the one for Cable is really good, too. Extra 10% on the regen effect is really nice, but it's just, you know, Cable. We'll probably test them, though.
Is it good enough for a Cable video?
I mean, you know, technically Cable goes immune to poison at some point. So, maybe combined with the other synergy. Caustic Temper Cable. With all that extra regen and everything. Man, if Cable could take down that Sinister. But alright. And the final synergy, just a 12% special attack damage. That's just kind of whatever little bonus, you know, if you happen to have Domino on the team or something like that, or the mutant synergy with based around Magneto. At least you got something extra, but otherwise, meh. Not something to go out of your way for. Okay. So he's immune to bleed, poison, and all of Iceman stuff, which is good. He's got a permanent armor up buff, which, you know, sometimes people only talk about, like, oh, the armor up buff is nice because you can counter Havoc, and that is the first thing that comes to mind for me. But 700 armor just also reduces damage coming in, which, you know, is pretty decent, actually. I mean, you look at base armor in this game, 628, and this guy has an above average base armor. So, yeah, adding to that, it's not going to add in another 24% because of diminishing returns, but it'll help reduce some damage, so that's cool. While the buff is active, opponent's special attacks cannot be critical, which is also pretty helpful. Alright, you know, maybe I should just go through Star, since we have you on call here, and you're messing around with Warlock.
A little bit.
I'm going to go mess with his animations. Can you explain a little bit about how his degen stuff works?
So the basis of the degen is, first you have to get a infection on the opponent. With that, it's basically done by any time you and the opponent are in contact, you're putting a charge on them. After 20 of those, you get an infection passive.
I guess I meant the infection, because I don't even have this guy awakened, so...
Yeah, so you're not going to get degen because you don't have the infection. But the infection's going to heal block the opponent and deactivate Salve Mastery if it's active. And it's also going to reduce their offensive ability accuracy by 30% per charge. And then anytime the opponent would gain health while they're infected, they're going to drain 5% of their power over a half a second.
Okay.
And then it also affects the special 1 and special 2.
You know what I was just... Oh, sorry, real quick. You know, I was just thinking, assembling my team here. I've got OG Vision on the team, and I was thinking, hey, Warlock has some power control. And if I pair him up with Captain Beardo, then I can get both that Vision synergy and then the Tech synergy. Tech champions drain 100% of the opponent's max power after the opponent uses special. Could help.
Interesting. I wonder how it'll look.
Okay, sorry, what were you saying about the specials though?
When the infection is active, when you throw a special 1 or 2, you get the effect that it applies right when you first launch the special. So they're taking shock if it's a special 1, or taking armor break if it's a special 2.
Okay. It's a good armor break too.
Yeah.
The shock doesn't seem
reduced
amazing.
By 2,000. Yeah, the shock's not super powerful, but it also, that hit removes all the infections to drain 25% of the opponent's power.
Mm-hmm. And I guess sometimes you just need a shock just for whatever node Kabam wants to throw at us.
Like the King boss.
Yeah.
And yeah, the special 2 has many hits in it, and it also refreshes one of your infections.
Okay.
And then special 3, after you throw it, it'll drain the opponent's power over 5.5 seconds. It's not instant, which is annoying, because if the opponent's at a special 3, they can still throw it. And then it also regenerates 5% of his health per infection he has on the opponent.
Okay. It's crazy how when the enemy's infected like this, like it changes their whole appearance.
Yeah, they get a little, like,
Oh jeez.
haze of aura. Just
Getting
fun.
wrecked. God, that reach off the light attack is crazy.
Are you not used to fighting Winter Soldier by now?
Well, I meant Warlock's reach
Oh, gotcha.
to do the light attack counter thing.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh man. You know, I don't know how well it comes through, like the effect over YouTube, because honestly, I looked at when I was looking at Dave's video. Yeah, it kind of bothered me a little bit, like the effect that was put on the enemy. And I don't know if I liked it, but it looks really cool on my phone. I don't know if it's just like a resolution issue or something like that with YouTube or bitrate, something, whatever.
Also, Eddie Gonzalez sent over a book saying, "I love you, see you in an hour after I get off work, and positive vibes, you sexy beast."
Eddie, thank you very much for the buck, man. Positive vibes right back at you, dude. Alright, I'll see you in an hour, man. Thank you very much.
But yeah, when you block, you get 3 virus charges. If they're hitting with non-constant and you block it, it drains 10% of their power also, which is helpful for Havoc.
Man, maybe I should take him to rank 4. I don't want to take him to rank 4. I want to take this guy all the way up to rank 5 eventually, but it's tier 4 basics.
Yeah. Other things he does, heavy is a bleed. It's not a bad bleed, it's basically Wolverine's heavy. So it's just 1 hit.
Wolverine's is 1 hit? I always thought Wolverine did like a backflip or something like that. That was the one thing, because I remember hearing that in Dave's video too, where it was like it was the same animation or something like that. Or maybe it was like the same animation as his like special.
It's special 1. Shares the same animation with the claws.
Okay, that's what it is.
His heavy is the claws.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wolverine's heavy is a backflip double hit.
Yeah,
Okay,
Warlock.
that's
gotcha.
what I thought.
With Wolverine special. Sorry, got
Yeah.
it.
That's fine.
But yeah, it's from Wolverine.
Alright, I'm gonna mess around with him a little bit more. He's not. So here's the thing about Warlock, guys. He's not really. He's not gonna be impressive inside of Realm of Legends, but this is just how, you know. It's a test dummy. Gotta get used to his animations and stuff like that.
He's fun versus the Wolverine, but the Wolverine, like, also once you have 3 infections on Wolvie, he stops proccing regen and then stops power draining and degenning if he's duped too.
Oh my god. You know what's cool about this guy? Normally I don't like the short dash back distance guys. I mean, is it even short? I can't even tell. It feels a little bit short. But I guess that's just it, is like I'm not bothered by it. Like Morningstar's little hobble back doesn't feel great to me. But this guy's rollback, it feels really good.
It's comparable to Spark Spidey's, but I'm not sure on that.
That sounds about right.
Old Autobots roll out.
Go back.
Am I going crazy, or is Winter Soldier slightly smaller too? Like, does Warlock? He doesn't have any
Warlock's
like.
pretty big.
Does he have like a Sentinel style effect where, like, you know?
Yes.
He does?
That's what also makes your dashback seem smaller, because everything else is smaller in proportion to what you're normally fighting.
Okay.
It's also what makes Morningstar feel so pathetic, because she's slightly taller and her dashback is a normal distance. So with her hop animation, it just seems super pathetic.
Well, her hop animation is definitely shorter than the average champ. Because you'll get hit by things that other champions wouldn't hit you with.
Yeah.
Do I have BG? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm in such a trance, just like messing around with the rollback. I'm gonna get hit by this. Must not have caused a bleed. All right, I'm gonna use some of the other specials. He's just so cool that, like, I don't know. I can't even focus on learning how to play him and stuff like that. He's just really cool. But
Best bet is to parry to gain infection. Similar program to kind of thing, if you're aware of how his rock stacks increase.
Yeah. Because with the parry you get 3, and then with cable synergy there's a chance for it to give 6, I want to say, at the same time, or it might be a little
Correct.
different way it gets.
Each one has its own individual proc, but it can't double proc on the same one.
Yeah.
well, I just died.
In your arms,
Oh man.
must have been something to say.
All right. Can you can you explain the infection thing one more time? I got lost
So
looking at.
every time the opponent and you make contact, you're putting a charge on them. And that
Okay.
charge, once there's 20, you get an infection.
Okay. Got it.
Also for that, if you're parrying, you give them 3 charges at once instead of just 1. If the hit was non-contact, you're draining 10% of their power.
Okay.
So
wow,
for
yeah.
non-physical attacks.
And synergy with cable is really good because, yeah.
Yeah, you get the infections up pretty fast with it. And the infections each decrease offensive ability accuracy by 30% on the opponent, and shut down all health gain, and shut off the salve mastery. But not willpower. Which should be interesting on defense.
Wait, you said not willpower?
Yeah, it only turns off the salve mastery.
Huh.
That +5 health per tick is crazy effective,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, it's whenever the opponent would gain health while they're infected, they drain 5% of their current power over half a second. And then if it's duped, if the Warlock is duped, he's also degenning you every time that happens.
Chat saying to use special 2 loops, apparently.
Special 2 loops?
Special 2 loops will probably do partially the most damage. It'll also drain 25% of the opponent's power.
What do you mean special 2 loops? Just like spam special 2s? That's right? Or
Yes,
is there something?
it has a huge number of hit counts, so it builds infections.
Yeah. When it armor breaks them and refreshes an infection.
It's the best sustainability. But it also has the least power drain of all of his specials, right?
Yeah, it has no power drain.
It
But
also
if the
looks
opponent has
coolest.
willpower, then it'll have some.
Whereas
I thought
the
someone said.
Enforcer, Stop hammer time.
I thought the comment that you had read said special one. I was like, wait. But yeah, if you can get 3 infections with the special 2 and then throw a special 3, you can heal 15%. But most of the time, you can get 2 pretty easily.
That power drain on the L1 is actually really nice. Like, it's not instant, but they're getting drained like while the animation's going, so.
Keep in mind the L1 also removes all infections on the opponent. So if you're going for damage, especially when awakened, you're going to want to avoid it.
Yeah.
If they're regenning during it, at least.
Got it. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick look at B Manny's again. Yeah, I mean, special 2 is what I would normally do if I was actually playing this guy. So B Manny, he actually brought his to war this last war, and he got some mini boss action and even took out the final boss, and shared those videos. I don't know if he's gonna upload them to his channel or not, because they were just sent through, like, you know, our Alliance line chat. But
Yeah.
he normally does something at the end of the season. He'll do like a highlight reel or something like that, or just some cool fights. But I'm gonna quickly just kind of skim through here just to really fully understand everything that you guys were saying. So on contact, that's okay. Oh, and the virus is not affected by ability accuracy. Okay, that's good. 20 charges. Yeah. Lasts for 20 seconds. Duration is decreased by 6 seconds for each unique buff the opponent. Oh, it has. Okay. Interesting. So, who would Warlock be really bad against? I mean, I guess like Venom.
Like Hyperion wouldn't be perfect. Venom, like Angela wouldn't be the best either.
Yeah.
They're reinforcing class stereotypes. So
Yeah.
well, there's the normally class bonus. Modern tech champions or whatever champions are usually super weak to whatever the polar opposite class is. So this also means that he should be theoretically pretty weak against an Alliance War boss with the double resistor, which gives 2 independent buffs, which drops it down by 12 seconds. But if you're saying B Manny managed to take down a main boss with it, then I don't know.
Well, it's only I mean, it's only a unique buff, so he still can have the virus up.
You can still have the virus up, it's just going to have a shorter duration.
Yeah.
But if, like, when you're playing versus Warlock, if you dex before you're getting the 20th charge to turn it into infection, then it lasts 6 seconds less.
Okay. Alright. So, techno-organic transmode virus infection. What a name. What a mouthful. Passive, the opponent is heal blocked. If the salve mastery is active, the mastery is removed. Wait, so I'm confused though, because they're heal blocked, so they don't get the willpower healing then? Or
They don't get salve, is what the infection removes.
but they do still
And
get
they
willpower?
They don't actually heal, but anytime they would gain health is when they're getting power drained. And
okay.
when Warlock is duped, it's also when they're getting degen.
Okay. The opponent has negative 30% offensive ability accuracy, and it's confirmed that stacks?
For what?
The
Yeah, I'm
negative
pretty sure.
30% ability accuracy?
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it stacks.
Okay.
It's not diminishing either. It's just a straight 30.
Okay.
Okay. Because I
Uh,
know when I was fighting Wolvie and Realm of Legends, after 3, he wouldn't regen at all, so it was not getting the degen or the power drain as much.
okay.
Well, I mean, once you have one active, then
Whenever the opponent would gain health
Yeah.
while infected, they drain 5% of their current power over half a second. Okay. Got it. Wait, so that part stacks too, or
Of which?
the power drain?
I don't believe so. I think it's just 5% of current power per, like, regardless of how many infections.
Okay. Alright, the well-timed block is 3 virus charges. If the hit was a non-contact basic attack, the opponent instantly drains 10% of their current power. Wait, what? If the hit was a non... So, like the
So, like, Havoc,
projectile? Yeah.
Havoc,
Okay.
Iron Man,
Projectile.
Infinity War,
Dominoes when they listed also.
Yondu. Okay.
Yeah, Yondu. Anyone who's not making a physical attack
Okay.
or
well, you can't
contact
carry
attack.
without procs.
That's really good. 10% of their current power. So, not their max, but if they have a bunch of power, it'll be noticeable. Heavy attacks, lacerate. Oh, that is pretty good. 2200 over 5 seconds. So yeah, with deep wounds, that's basically a little over 3000. Bleed damage, not bad. Alright. And that's base, so with other masteries and stuff like that and boosts, yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be pretty good.
And then other consideration is if you're fighting someone that has willpower, when you're putting one of these debuffs on them, they're going to get the little bit of power drain also, because they're gonna try and heal during it.
Okay.
Zetahoven asks, what's the extent of this heal block if it doesn't prevent willpower?
It prevents all healing abilities. I don't know if it works for adrenaline specifically, but everything else it works for. And anytime they would gain health from an ability, it power drains them and degens if he's duped.
Alright, and the special one, last hit shocks the opponent. Yep, we already figured that out. Okay. Wait.
For what?
Okay. Never mind. I don't know, the way stuff is worded here is a little bit strange sometimes. Okay, so yeah, first it removes all infections and drains, got it. Special 2 is the armor breaks. If they're infected, the debuffs also trigger when the attack is activated, but left. Wait, so what does that mean again? If they are infected, the debuffs also trigger when the attack is activated? So just like before the
when you
attacks
hit
even
the special button, the shock
just automatically.
applies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
It's like if you fight the Warlock in Uncollected, when he throws a special, you get that shock in the beginning,
Okay.
regardless if you've been hit or not.
Okay. Got it. Now I understand. Okay. And then okay. So hefty armor breaks and it's multi-hit, so builds up the infection. Also last hit refreshes one infection. Got it. And then the special 3, inflict a passive power burn on the opponent, draining 100% of their power over 5.5 seconds, dealing damage. Portion. Yep. And then regenerate a bunch of health for each infection. How much did you say that was percentage-wise?
For the health, it's about 5%.
5%. Okay. Okay. Well, cool. He's got a lot of utility. You know what? I want to check my inventory real quick. I only have one awakening gem. Never mind. I'm not going to do that. I want to find a Havoc to fight. Does anyone have a Havoc duel? BG, you look like you need a hug, but since I'm not in Seattle, I thought I'd say hi twice in one day. Grand, that is just as good. What's up, man? Good to see you again, dude. You have 4 generics? I guess I did pick up 1 generic from the calendar, huh? Dutch Eddie is Havoc? Okay, got it. Sounds very familiar, as I was dueling that guy a few wars ago.
Are the showdown guys permanent, by the way?
No, they're reusing them each week.
Aww.
Yeah. I think a lot of us wanted them to be public, but they are not, unfortunately.
This roll is so cool. Very smooth feeling.
Autobots. Roll out.
Yeah, it's Super Dirty Pickle. It's about 5% on his L3 base, but if you have recovery, then it's going to be a little more than 5%.
If you guys are wondering why it deactivates Salve, it's because with Salve on, he'd just be constantly power draining the opponent and the degen would still be on him. As to why it specifically deactivates it from a design standpoint, no clue. But the power drain is enough to cancel out Havoc's natural power gain. So if Brian, for example, launches a heavy attack or a special 2, the debuff triggered off of that will work with the infections to drain the opponent.
So there's some of that drain. Got it. Cool. Damn. Let me see how many Sig Stones I got, because I kind of want to awaken them. 25 generic, 35. Alright, fine. I'm gonna awaken him. I'm gonna use a generic to do it, even though I have a tech, just because eventually the generics are gonna go into the overflow. Alright, I'm gonna awaken Warlock. Just want to test out his awaken ability. Let me see what it is at Sig 1. I'm sure the damage is like nothing. Sig 1 for a 330 champion.
Watching you just scroll past that Corvus and Thanos hurts my soul.
Yeah, the poor Thanos.
81.88. Why Corvus though? Oh, just like
I don't have him.
Oh, not the 4-star even?
No, I have a 3-star. But it.
Oh man. Well, he was in the basic. You should have got him.
I went for him and missed by 0.1 both rounds.
Oh.
That is
That's
very
painful.
painful sounding.
He's my white whale. So is Ghost and Heimdall. Whatever good champion is meta.
Well, if it makes you feel any better,
Phoenix.
I've never used the 4-star outside of the arena.
Those sweet, sweet, sweet arena points.
Alright, so the damage is like not even scaling. So, I'm going to leave him at 19. I mean, it's scaling a little bit, but yeah. It's fine. Taking him up, to 440 now. We're going to leave him at 330 for right now. I want to do that duel again versus Havoc. And I want to see a little bit of a difference. The unawakened versus awakened. See if this feels better.
So it's straight 110% right now. So what's the 5-star space attack? So we can check the scaling in relation.
Warlock's 4-star Sig ability is straight increase per Sig. No plateau. No plateau. No plateau or diminishing. Okay. Ouch. By that.
The word for that is linear. Star,
Yeah.
have you done your word yet for today?
I have not. I might have started a new small little project. I'm having fun.
Always enjoyable.
Wait. So how's this degen working again? It's anytime he's drained, right?
Anytime they're getting power drained is when they're degenning. So if he heals with willpower, he's degenning. If you block his attacks, he's degenning.
Okay.
Anytime his power is drained.
And it's also gonna... The willpower is kind of a specific case, though. You need an infection on the opponent. But
Yeah.
once you get into it with Warlock, they're gonna always be infected. As long as you don't use your Special 1. Special 1 places a debuff on the opponent, yes, but it also removes all infections, which reduces the degen damage and takes away the power drain.
Yeah.
Okay.
So don't use your Special 1, son.
Well, damn, man, I didn't.
You like. Never mind.
Like those eyebrows? A little honka-honka with the eyes?
They're beautiful.
His victory animation is great.
Yeah. Brain, you liking him? Nick, what's up, man? Yeah, dude, he feels awesome to play. We're still just kind of barely getting into it. Who's on call? It is Star and Jesse Eisenberg, apparently.
It is I, Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh man, I don't know if his voice cracks like that though. So it's now officially clobbering time again.
What?
Oh, jeez.
Oh man.
Dang it. It's great.
Jesse Eisenberg's voice does crack. He's a prepubescent actor. That was purpose. It's
Is he? I
fine.
thought he's like 30.
I know, but
Actually, I have no idea how old he is.
yes. Lex Luthor.
Now I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, that one.
Look up that new Dojo movie he's doing.
He's
Welcome
35.
everybody. In case you're not aware, we're doing Warlock testing. Even though it may not look like it, we're definitely testing something. You just
We are.
may not know what it is.
What should I go test next? Last try. Where's your last one at, B. Daniels? Daddy Warbucks for Sinister if you're interested. Okay. Cool. Let's go do it.
It me, clobbering time.
Oh, jeez.
Congrats to Reaper Dragon 88 on getting the 3-star Warlock from Arena. Nice job.
I gotta figure out if I want to go for the 3-star next round. I kinda do.
It's ambitious. Such grinds we've never seen before.
Hey man, they're not always easy.
Why don't you attempt to dupe your 4-star? Wait,
Well, that's a good idea. Yeah, so he's just not gaining any of that health back, which is lovely.
I'm pretty sure. Does Sinister transfer passive debuffs?
Passives, no.
Is the special one shock? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's an active debuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they're all active debuffs, except for the infections and the charges for it.
Yet another reason to not use his special one. I feel like there's a theme in here.
And I think I just prevented him from transferring that bleed. I know I would have been immune to it, but I guess the infection prevented it by reducing his ability accuracy at the end.
Yes. 30%?
Ah,
Yeah.
this guy's awesome. Damn it. Damn it, guys. I really want Warlock. I should have... I immediately disowned Mysterio. Actually, I shouldn't say that. He got a kill for me in War, this last war, and it was super close. So,
I'll be going for him next round, Cheetah. I'll be probably going in this tone too. Just calm, relaxed.
you grinding for him next round?
Unfortunately, yes.
Good luck.
I need a good tech prestige champion. Plus,
I understand.
I have 2 4 to 5 tech gems, and it's just bummer in the summer, man. Bummer in the.
I hear that. I've got the bummer in the slumber. I'm changing it slightly to make it my own. The bummer in the slumber, which doesn't actually rhyme, with the mystic gems that I have right now. What happened to Sarango? He's in a different alliance now. That's kind of all I knew. Alright, and that was, I mean, you know, I'm not running suicides at the moment, and that damage honestly wasn't that bad. I killed that Sinister in like 50 hits, and part of that's just because the special 2 of Warlock has a crazy amount of hits.
If you wanted to test the Fury synergy, a spot to do that could be some of the Bleed Pass in 5.4. But basically it's a Fury buff. Anytime you take a debuff, it doesn't stack, and it refreshes and puts back the duration when you get more than one at once.
Okay. Got it.
So think Hyperion's power gain if you could trigger it multiple times over.
I'm gonna go back to Realm of Legends actually, just to test that real quick. Just because it's only 1 energy per move.
To test what?
The Fury thing.
If you get a Bleach Black.
I mean, it's not that rare of a chance. I just gotta not reduce his ability accuracy, I guess.
I have
Yep.
I guess I'm always reducing his ability accuracy though, so that doesn't help things. I gotta hit him with an SP1. That's when you use the SP1, when you don't want to reduce their ability accuracy.
Yeah, when you want it to go away.
Crap, but I power drained him.
Fights quickly with the power.
What was your question, Club?
I forget.
Oh, there's the Fury.
Woo. Oh wait, I remember. Diablo. Would he work? I know
For
he's
what?
not immune, but he's one of the few champions that places a debuff on himself that he is technically damage immune to.
I think he wouldn't work. I think if it's placing, it has to be trying to place the debuff and it doesn't work. But I haven't tested that specifically.
Brian, by the way, your medium crits with the Fury deal exactly 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. It's rendered enjoyable.
Very satisfying. Take a biohazard path with him? Yeah, I could do that. You know where we could take this guy. Oh, no, we can't. I was going to say, let's go test against that Sinister boss.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Or not, I mean, not Sinister, actually. I meant Crossbones.
Yeah. Still, same thing applies.
Yeah, I know. Oh, man, that synergy with Cable is really nice.
Yeah, it just ramps up the amount of charges you're getting pretty quick. I think it's the same synergy that's the node on him in Uncollected, I want to say. Because that also does you get more charges per hit or contact.
I really want to parry his shots and see what that does. Oh, I messed up. The parries feel a little bit weird, just like the animation. It's kind of strange.
The man uses his head to block. It's not an easy transition at all. Not like Hyperion, whose parries are absolutely magnificent. Poor thing. Thing's good too.
If Magic's infected during Limbo, does it completely drain her? Let's go duel the Magic.
I think it should just happen once because she only gains the health back at the end of it.
There's a very interesting interaction. On paper, Warlock is a fantastic counter to Magic. In reality, no. In an Alliance War scenario, it's going to be absolutely horrible if you have a debuff on her, because she's going to keep hitting that special 1 threshold again and again and again. And even though you are draining it because it's a minimalist drain, it's not going to be a good idea. And on attack boosting nodes, the damage that it's going to cause is just going to be so astronomical you're going to have a pretty much permanent limbo act. But also, his infections reduce ability accuracy. So, over a long fight, he's an excellent counter, especially against the AI. But on short-term fights, especially in war, he is a horrible counter against pretty much all magics.
How does this guy work?
For Warlock? Sorry, Sunspot, I mean.
Yeah.
Each hit places Incinerate. If you have 2 of the Flare State, which is the one on the right, then you hit more Incinerates per hit, and each time you do a special 1, I want to say, you gain another Flare State. And then special 2 does more damage based on the Flare States.
I thought his incinerates lasted longer.
There's a synergy with him and Sunspot where they last longer. With him and Warlock.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking, like, if Sunspot had like a pretty long duration incinerate, then 25% additional would be really nice, but does not seem to last very long.
Yeah, I can't remember the link offhand, so I shall go to the website.
I'm checking. It's 5 seconds. Okay, so
Sunspot
not super
uses
long.
a very similar strategy to Havoc and Emma, in which he builds up a massive special damage, then releases it all in one go. But instead of building prowess, it's actually based in his various self-triggers, which is
yeah, the
his
Flare State and the Solar.
So just view them as a modified version of prowess that can also be spent. Like Gambit's kinetic potential, but instead of purple, it's orange.
Yeah. But yeah, for Sunspot, there's a rotation where you're basically hitting them, special 1, charging a heavy, hitting them, special 1, charging heavy, and on. And then once you're getting low on the Solar, which is the one on the left that starts at, for 3 stars, probably about 100, maybe, not even. 80 if he's unduped. And when they hit 0, you lose all the Flare State and lose your damage. But when you hit special 3, you gain them all back. And then if you throw a special 2 when he has Flare State, you get additional damage for 200%.
Okay.
Dr. Doob asks in chat, "Yo, what up? What's the verdict from you, Bean Boy?"
The verdict is this guy is awesome. I was just testing the synergy with Cable and Sinister, which does not affect this guy, which I didn't think it would because he doesn't have the tag for mutants. But it's a little bit unfortunate. I think it would be a really good, really interesting trio of champions to have Cable, Sinister, and Warlock. Like, you know, not that Sinister and Sinister and Cable are the most amazing champions, but they are different. And if you could also have, oh wait, you know what? I guess Cable will be affected by it all though. But yeah, I was hoping that you can get that random buff at the start of the fight that Sinister brings with Cable, and have that with Warlock. That'd be really cool.
Is Phoenix tagged as a... Oh wait, it's mutants, not X.
Yeah. Brian, do you want a word?
Sure.
Grow-May.
What? What? Grow-May?
Grow-May.
The farm version of Gourmet.
Can you spell it, please?
I typed it.
Oh. Can you use it in a sentence?
Do I normally use it in a sentence?
I don't think Grow-May was in that sentence. Was that the sentence, or was that...
I don't normally use Grow-May in a sentence.
That's the sentence, okay. Don't you normally use Grow-May in a sentence? Got it.
Olsen Grommet.
Grommet is how it's said. Grommet is how it's said, actually. Sorry.
Grommet? Oh.
I call it Grow-May.
Olsen Grommet.
Wait, Grommet?
Grommet.
Damn it. Grommet sounds really familiar, and not just because it sounds like granite or something. Oh, Gran, help me. I know you know words.
Wallace and Granite.
I think Doobs is badass. He is. Can we get the origin of the word? Took mine straight to rank 5. I think he's... Oh, dude. Nice, Doobs. Sick, man.
Star, I'd like to guess.
Do it after Brian's. Just so he doesn't seal it.
Grommet.
How chat's just lighting up with Wallace and Grommet. Perfect.
Mm.
Grommet is a bird. No, I don't know. It's not a bird. Ew, Grommet.
Love to see
Grommet
it.
is when you...
I can hear the gears turning.
What gears?
What the F is I feel like Grommet is... damn it, I'm just guessing. Bird. No, wait, no. Bird, not bird. Wait, is there a power gain? There's a power gain synergy with Cable that I can get on the team, right? Or maybe not with Cable, but...
Cable, Bishop, I think. I know Archangel and
Is it Bishop?
Archangel and
No.
Psylocke have a good power gain synergy.
Yeah. I could also put Storm and Black Panther.
Put a Grommet on your team.
Grommet is... why am I thinking like a piece of hardware, like a piece of metal, like a nut or a bolt, but a grommet instead?
That literally means nothing because you don't know what a grommet is.
What? No,
Grommet
that's
is
what
a
I'm saying.
grommet.
Like it's something like that, but I don't know what. Alright, you know what? We're just gonna go with the synergy. Alright. I'm gonna screw around with Cable a bit and just test out that regen. I want to get the power gain off of Sinister though, so I'm gonna reset once I get it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna guess. Yeah, it's like a. It's a fastening device similar to that of a, or maybe not similar to, but in the same family as a, I don't know, like little, like a nail, not a nail though, but it's like a fastening device. Yeah, that's it. That's my answer.
So not a nail, not a screw, but something similar.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Basically.
Okay. Claude, if you wanted to guess, you can say it now.
It's actually a combination of 3 words with the specification on classing. So Grommet
What?
is gigantic rubber mallet, but colored like pomegranate. So think of a gigantic rubber pink mallet, just completely pink. Imagine Kirby as like a mallet.
Okay.
That's easy.
Grommet.
So Kirby can go into Grommet form?
Definition is in the chat. I don't want to read it.
An eyelet placed in a hole in a sheet or panel to protect or insulate a rope or cable passed through it, or to prevent the sheet or panel from being torn. A tube surgically implanted in the eardrum to drain fluid from the middle ear. Wow. A young or experienced skier, snowboarder,
Oh, sorry,
surfer,
inexperienced.
okay. inexperienced skier, snowboarder, surfer, or skateboarder. What?
But yeah, in a desk, like, do you know when you have a desk and there's like a little black plastic thing that has like a hole in it so you can go through the desk?
Uh-huh.
That's a grommet.
Okay. So I was almost correct. I've had 4 sets of grommets. Damn it, I keep not getting the power gain synergy here. I really want the power gain synergy.
Grommet hole.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I want to test this cable synergy out. Oh, I should also look up what his base regen is. His base regen is 15% chance every time he gains a bar, so 25% chance is what it goes up to. Oh, maybe I should forget the power gain synergy. Let's throw in the increased ability accuracy one. That'd be better.
Grommet comment.
Oh no. Have you ever heard the comment ad?
Comet ad?
Yeah.
Possibly. Ooh.
I forget
ooh,
how
got
it
the
goes,
power
but my
gain.
mom sings it sometimes and it's stuck in my head now.
Oh my god. The Comet ad song or something? Oh, look at
Yeah.
that regen right off the bat. Let's count it. All right, so 1 regen for 1 bar. 1 for 1. I'm just going to get up to like 10. Okay, 1 for 2. 1 for 3. 1 for 4. Damn it. 1 for 5. This is part of Warlock testing, guys. 1 for 6. This is a synergy that Warlock has. This is not clickbait. We gotta test everything about him. Crap. Was I in 6 before? 1 for 7 now. 1 for 8. This synergy bites. It's still too unreliable.
Cable unreliable? Shouldn't have.
1 for 9.
Oh.
1 for 10.
I'm noticing a theme here.
I'm unsubscribing. My wife is unsubscribing.
0 for 10.
1 for 11.
Or should read last before grommet comment.
1 for 12. Oh, 2 for 13 though. Let me get hit a few times. 2 for 14.
How'd that work out for you?
2 for 15. 2 for 16. We're gonna end him pretty soon here. I want to see how much the healing is even. 2 for 17. 2 for 18. Doesn't it seem like he gains so much more power when you're fighting against Cable?
It seems like he's procking power gain. Well, he's procking power gain a lot more than he's procking regen on.
Oh yeah, definitely. What was it? 2 for 19 or 2? Okay, I think it's 2 for 20 now. So this is pathetic. Yeah. This is like below his regular regen rate. The synergies 2 for 21. These synergies aren't doing squat. Like I know this is a low sample size, so maybe we're just getting some bad RNG. But like Like, come on, this is supposed to be a 25% chance. I guess it doesn't, maybe it's not additive like that. Is that 2 for 22 now?
What was the other synergies you had with them?
Oh, 3 for 23, we got another one. The healing is like a decent amount of healing. So if they could just be consistent, it'd actually be really nice. Hold on, let me do just 2 more bars. Oh, we got another heal. So 4 for 24 now. Okay, 4 for 25. Alright, let me get out of here. 4 for 25, and it's supposed to be a 15% chance base.
And a 10% increase.
There's a
Is it
10% increase.
Is it a
It
5%?
doesn't specify. It seems like it might not. Like,
I mean, I guess not, or unless it's...
I would assume it's flat, but if it's not, if it's
I don't know
10% of the,
why...
other than it's like just plus 0.15%.
It says ability accuracy of Cable's regen effect is increased by 10%. See, I would think that that means it's now 25% instead of 15.
Yeah.
His Grommet needs to be replaced? Dude, couldn't agree more.
This is Grommet. The Grommet's loose.
And then I don't think this one is... this one's not additive, right? All champions gain plus 15% ability accuracy. So this one's probably not doing a whole lot.
No, that one's multiplicative. So that's like maybe 2% added.
Yeah. Well, guys, Cable's... There was their Cable video. His pew pew is broken. Does seem like that. This is why I'm not doing a Cable video still. What's up, Doc McKnife? All right, let's get Cable off the team. We don't really need to test this synergy anymore. Maybe, like, I don't know. We could go somewhere else and test it, but I think we got the idea. Anytime you get a debuff, you gain a Fury. They don't stack. Pretty self-explanatory. All right. I don't really want to do like a full test with and without synergy for Magic, but at the same time, I kind of want to do a full test. I'm not going to do it because my Magic is low SIG level, but I think that would be pretty fun for someone with like a SIG 200 Magic. Dubes, I don't know if you've tried it, just for the hell of it, like going through Winter Soldier with your maxed out Magic with this synergy, or even with that synergy and the Morningstar one too.
Does it stack? Or is it a straight, once it's active, and then you re-trigger it off the special? And does that stack, or is it just while Limbo was active?
I think it's just while Limbo is active, your attack rating is increased. Because I don't think it's like a buff, it's just anytime you're in the state of Limbo. But that's, you never know. I mean, things are weird in this game sometimes.
Yeah.
But 50% increased attack and plus 500 crit rating, plus 500 crit damage while Limbo is active. Like, that's pretty huge to have all that active with Limbo. Hampa Magic with him and Morningstar and the Magic builds. Be freaking nasty, man. Yeah, I bet. You know what? Let's do a mini test. I'm just gonna do 100. We'll do a 100 hit test. I'll do it with just Magic, and then we'll throw the synergies out there. Actually, well, since it's just a test, we'll do it with my 4-star because the 4-star has a higher chance for Limbo. My 5-star is not high sig.
Well, would you consider plopping in Invisible Woman for that straight Limbo increase as well? It's only 10%, but with the 50%, that might actually be kind of...
I will consider it. It's been considered, and we're gonna do it.
Yay.
Half suicides and max recoil or special 2 would be dirty. Dealing, earn healing like crazy the whole time. Yeah, that's true, man. Her special 2 is pretty nasty with that setup. All right, 100 hit test. Let's go. I'll do just special 2s.
Murder them all.
And I will not be doing intercepts because, well, I can't. Man, I remember doing these 100 hit tests all the time with other champions, and then there'd be those times where I just slipped up and got hit at like 68 hits in. So I just start over. And before anyone says, yeah, I know this is not the most scientific way to test a champion, but hey, give me a break. That's all we got. Alright, 92 hits. Okay. Alright, so... yeah, I'm just gonna let him kill me. Deal 100 hits. I'm gonna write down how much damage I dealt to him. Getting like no crits at all in those special 2s. Well, that should change with that Morningstar synergy. But yeah, I mean, there's of course there's RNG involved, so.
Without synergies?
Yeah, this is without synergies. So yeah, if we did, you know, to make it more scientific, if we did it like 10 times, it would be slightly more accurate, at least. But hey, man, who wants to sit here and do this 10 times in a row? And even that is not super accurate. Okay. So the total damage was 70,250. Let's go grab some synergies. I mean, actually, well, should I bring everybody? I don't know if I should bring in Invisible Woman, because I feel like a 3-person team, you know, Alliance War. Maybe I'll leave Invisible Woman out of this one.
She'll be there on the team, invisible.
Alright, Morningstar, Warlock. Alright, so the synergies that we're testing with, anytime I have Limbo active, 500 crit rating, 500 crit damage rating, and plus 50% attack. And I have practically no plus attack in my mastery build at the moment. God, Warlock is so tall. His hair is going up into my name. That is crazy. I only even noticed because like the little faded out box behind like the recommended number normally is not something that stands out, but because it's extending into his head. Okay, anyway, let's do it. But yeah, I have no suicides. I have no points in glass cannon even. Of course, I have the 1 point in strength and greater strength, but I think that's the only attack increase that I have.
I would be interested to see if the Nick Fury Restoration Kit synergy would work as a immunity for Warlock in terms of striking it off.
I don't know. It's possible.
There's so many finicky interactions striking off debuff.
Oh, I just messed up. Lost some of my limbo time, but that's okay.
Only you had a way to gain around 10% more.
And those L2s. Critting way more. Dealing a lot more damage. This is a pretty big difference in damage. Okay, 100 hits. Took him down to 80%, so yeah, it's going to be a pretty big difference. Okay.
What's up, Bruno?
Let's see what we got here. Kill me, Winter Soldier, even though I could just... Oh, I shouldn't be... Oh, I just realized I should have just exited out, because I still go into limbo when he's attacking me. But whatever, I did it for the first one, so... It's not that much damage anyway.
You dealt around 2k on crits with no synergies whatsoever, but did around 4k on crits on the special 2 for second hits. And that was with 2 limbos active. So
Okay.
that's a full 100% extra bonus.
So the difference in damage without these 2 synergies, I did 70,250. We could just round that down to 70,000. I'll round the other one down too. The other one was 117,379. So basically 70,000 versus 117,000. That's a big increase. That's more than a 50% increase in total damage. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Be interested to see amount of attacks thrown, like special 2s, mediums. It's more scientific research than we're
Yeah,
into.
exactly. Yeah, we're definitely not going to get into all that. But man, it's a really good increase. Pretty damn good. All right. So yeah, synergy. I mean, you can't always have these 2 on the team. I feel like it's probably more reasonable to just to pair up like Magic and Warlock together and maybe not bring Morningstar, just because she's the type of champion that like you gotta build her up. You gotta be using her for a bunch of fights in war, typically. And if you're bringing her for a bunch of fights in war, well then the other 2 may not be getting used as much. So like I don't know what a standard war team would look like, but it could be Magic, Warlock. Maybe if you need another power control, you put OG Vision on the team. Magic, she doesn't have any debuffs that she'd be immune to, so she's not going to gain any Fury buffs. Not that I'm aware of, at least, right?
No.
But the robots would gain it at least for the times you need to use them. And typically, if you're bringing Vision when you already have Magic on the team, it's because you need to go up against like a bleed or a poison node or something like that. So I could see this being like a standard Alliance 4 team, or just having that 3rd slot to bring in whoever. Need a Robot Slayer, Medusa, Void, Omega Red, whoever. I think this will be a relatively common team, perhaps.
We could go back in time with the previous war setup. This would be an amazing Path 5 option because you'd be able to take Killmonger with Magic, Morningstar, and you'd have the double immunes for helping out lanes 4 and 6.
Question
Path
is,
now.
would you use Warlock or Magic to take that Killmonger?
Magic.
Yeah, probably Magic, huh?
I used to main straight lane 5s. Sucked.
Warlock prevents that that masochism and stuff, though. So people used to stick like Void on that masochism, right?
Was it Masochism or Buffet?
It was masochism. Buffet was the path next to it that I used to take.
Yeah, it was masochism. I used to take that with Corvus the most.
I did it with Red Hulk for the longest amount of time, and then Magic came, and then she got buffed, so I started using her.
I've seen a lot of dubs
Gotcha.
videos where he would take that path 5, and he would use OG Vision on Void for Masochism to handle that fight, and then Magic on Killmonger. Dubes, how you think you would have liked Warlock on the old war map, or do you not even want to think about it, man? Does it bring back too many bad memories? So you use Magic with Aspect of Evolution? Yeah, with against that, it is really good. I mean, Magic just in general, especially with a Power Star 1 boost, is so crazy, you know? What is war? Yeah, that's what I figured. Alright.
What is war? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me in war.
What else should we test for Warlock? So the other Magic thing, though, is there a 5th synergy? Is there like a full Magic synergy team with Invisible Woman?
Not that I'm aware of, like crazy. You could always sub in the Heimdall synergy, but there's no specialized synergy. Makes it go crazy. I'll check the UMCOC Discord, but Sunspot has a synergy with her, but it's nothing crazy, unfortunately.
I guess technically she's a hero. I don't know why I said technically. She just is a hero.
Iffy. Gonna murder Nick Fury for the sake of testing?
Yeah, I kind of want to.
I admire your enthusiasm.
Why not? Where's 4Loki placed in War BG? Right now I think we're 5th. We didn't have that. I mean, we had a pretty decent season. I have more war videos to upload. But a lot of alliances were cheating and got docked, and that actually bumped us up quite a bit. So we're 5th at the moment. I don't think it's mathematically possible to get top 3 unless there's more dockings. So you never know. If people continue to cheat, maybe we'll be top 3. Could have timed that different, actually. Do another 100-hit test, guys. Real quick. Dude, this medium's really not bad.
These mediums hitting for large. I think I did the math on it, or what exactly it would entail for the 10% increase to be even close to meaningful. And it doesn't even matter. If you're not getting a hit in, and you're delaying your hits by about 0.2 seconds, is the only condition where it would actually cause a meaningful difference. Because the damage tick doesn't even tick over for an entire rotation, which means the synergy is completely worthless unless you're a tad bit slower to attack than normal.
Yeah, I always wondered, do you know for sure if it just like chops that 0.1 second off, or does it just kind of add that on? Like, it doesn't show in the final number, so I don't think it does damage, but or wait, actually, how long is it? It's her limbo is 3 seconds, right? So it's 0.3 seconds extra. So not 0.5, it's enough to get that tick in, but
Yeah.
does it somehow still deal damage for
It
that
does
0.3?
not, unfortunately.
Okay.
Wish it carried over though. Even if you reproc, it doesn't even matter.
So this was 139,658. So an additional another 22,000 damage increase.
That's enough to KO a rank 4 Killmonger on no 29.
So without these synergies, no synergies, it's about 70k. With a 3-person synergy team, 117, and with the full 5, 139. Interesting. Okay. That's enough magic testing, though. Is there anyone else that's really cool to duel with Warlock? You know what? Actually, I want to duel a thing.
What?
Not because I think Warlock is really good for it. But I kind of just want to feel the fight. Because he has that bleed on the heavy. Oh, Abdo. Abdo used to be Thing. And now he's Phoenix. Lame. Clobber time. He's still Thing?
Phoenix.
Son of a...
Phoenix. We all take hits for the Alliance, Brian. I never actually was ever a Thing.
Oh, really? Oh, wait. Wait, what the heck? Pete is Thing?
What did you just say?
Pete is Thing.
Phantom and Pete.
Oh.
I didn't realize that he was Thing. Okay. Well.
Pete, I love you about 12 times more than I did before. Just like to see the record. Just so you can have that in writing. Go to New York Comic Con.
That's not, that's in audio.
The transcript.
Okay.
I'll put my signature here. Clobber time.
Okay, so that was not a good idea to do it while he had 15, but point taken. Got it.
I'm aware, Zetahoven. I'm very upset by the fact that I could never truly be the Thing player that I dreamed to be.
Oh man.
We'll just watch Brian get smoked by Thing anyway, and it'll validate my day.
I forgot that he reduces ability accuracy too, so eventually he's just not going to be gaining the rock stacks.
Keep in mind the main way to get rid of the rock stacks is through special baiting. But since Warlock can't do that consistently because of his power drain, it'll be a nigh impossibility. Also got to figure the fact that Panda Pete is running max suicides from the looks of it, so special baiting is going to be increased, as well as the willpower ticks and the power drain are going to be constant. So if you were to face someone without suicides, it would be a lot different of an experience.
Yeah, but it's just the poison tech, not the bleed.
Because he's immune, but as
Yeah.
long as he's healing, it doesn't really matter because of the Bane damage. Or not the Bane damage, the degen damage from
Yeah.
Warlock's fires. Please don't win.
Got bad news for you.
I'm mildly upset, but
I want to do that fight again.
why?
Because I think it's interesting.
I sound like Sheldon. Wow. Alright. Guess who's changing their username in this Discord again?
No, jeez. Oh, is that why I changed earlier?
Yeah. It's just whoever they think I am, it's just that's what it changes to.
Because if you can keep him from gaining rock stacks and specials, you could also keep his furies. Oh no, never mind. Because even when you
It's just 30% per infection.
yeah. I meant to hit him with special 2 as well. I guess I don't even know how many hits the special 2 is, so...
Too many to reliably avoid an unstoppable with less than 7 rock stacks. Just a reminder, if you do need to build up the virus, attacking into things block will count as contact for Warlock, but it won't actually result in unstoppable.
Yeah, it doesn't push him over the 15 the same way as actually hitting him does.
And not to mention the SP2 is a little bit, how do I put this? Miffed because of things complete armor break immunity. Yes!
I knew that wasn't gonna go well.
It's 1-1 right now. That's what matters.
Hold on. Once the opponent has 20 charges, the duration is decreased by 6 seconds for each unique buff. Okay, so Think doesn't have... well, I could prevent him from gaining buffs, right?
What just happened there is we're operating on a delay when we get the live stream happening. So my yes was in response to Brian dying to Thing.
Yeah.
Bonesaw!
For me, it came on earlier than when you saw it too.
Yes.
Bonesaw and Hoochie Wife, thanks for the buck. What's up? Saying Banana Man Grant, it's with a heavy heart. And I inform you that Hoochie Wife and I, after almost 4 years of playing, will be leaving the game after the season. Both our jobs are picking up, and gotta make sure we continue to spend time with our kiddos as they get older. It's been a good run, but I'll still be logging in daily for those sweet summer appreciation rewards, but no quests. I'll still sub to you. Bonesaw, Hoochie Wife, you'll be missed. Stop in every once in a while, say what's up. But totally understandable, man. Yeah, when life gets busy, of course, you gotta get rid of, well, you gotta quit your job, really. But if you can't do that, because I guess you got kids, then alright, I guess quitting the game is the responsible thing to do. But dude, thank you for the buck. Hope you guys... If for some reason we don't ever talk again, I hope you guys have an awesome life. But yeah, definitely stop in and say what's up every once in a while. Alright, I just want to mess around with that fight one more time. I want to hit him with the L2. I get it, he's not like the Thing counter, but you know, sometimes people put Thing on really annoying nodes, and you know, if you're taking Warlock to cover other annoying nodes, if you could also use Warlock to counter Thing, or not to counter him, but you know, just to get through him.
You don't counter Thing.
Also, technically, the government owns me. We'll still jump in. Gotta keep tabs on new characters. Alright. Sounds good, man. Gotta keep these rock stack a little bit low because the L2. Need to use that.
And using, especially, I've said this before, but the cable synergy would actually be a straight disadvantage in this fight. Because you're going to want to keep him uninfected long enough for him to gain 15 rock stacks, then launch a special one, then start the loop over.
But why do I want him to have rock stacks? I don't understand that part.
Because once you hit 15, you just bait a special one. The 15
You
rock
don't
stacks
want
go...
him to have rock stacks, but you want him to be able to throw his specials, because that's how he gets rid of the rock stacks.
Yes. So
And
if
that's
you
your
had...
hope.
Yep.
3 infections and not get him going stoppable on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could
So
just
if you
control
can-
them myself, though, is the thing.
So if you could theoretically start the fight over with 0 rock stacks on the opponent, and then just a straight degen and a techno org on the opponent, and there we go. I'm upset.
He crushed him.
I'm
But yeah,
alright.
I would be able to stop as unstoppable, but it's a 30% chance when you only have one infection for it to get stopped, basically.
Shark sent over a buck saying, for the love of Ra, answer Oliver. Oliver, what's your... Warlock can completely remove reverb for the whole remaining fight against Killmonger. Okay. Should we do a Killmonger test? I guess we should do a Killmonger test. Shark, thanks for the buck. You're able to counter heavy with yours. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be able to do that, but I'm still not the best at fighting. What's it called? I'm still not the best at fighting Thing, and I am not very efficient when it comes to my back dashes and spacing against his heavy and all that. We'll do this one more time though. So if I just start out by like parrying and heavying even.
Yeah.
Get the quick build up. We'll refresh this with the L2. Now we have 2 of these. I'll do the heavy thing just to see. Yep, that works. Nope, we're still good.
I feel uncomfortable.
Dude, Warlock counters Thing confirmed. Here it is.
I don't like that confirmation.
This guy can totally take Thing on certain fights. I mean, I'm a 330 champion with the multi-hit special, taking him down to 52 hits. I feel like that's pretty good.
Can you attempt to do this with a thing not with suicides?
Do you know of one?
There was another target that they were bouncing around.
Apudas, it is clobbering time with Star that's on call.
Yeah.
It me, Quickshot Gaming.
I also need a Killmonger test, because now I want to test that. What's weird is that the virus is even affecting rock stacks, since its offensive reduction and stacks are a defensive mechanic.
Stacks are actually not a defensive mechanic if we're going in terms of raw usage. In terms of offensive ability, they can trigger weaknesses on the opponent, gain direct attack, stagger the opponent.
Are they considered
and stun
both,
the
though,
opponent.
then? Because, like, for example, Black Widow prevents her stacks, and she only
I
prevents
believe they're
defensive.
considered both. Yes.
Okay. Didn't even realize that was a possibility. Did I not use a dual credit? I thought I did. Yeah, I feel like this guy can definitely take things, though, for sure. Not even a doubt in my mind. Does anyone know a thing without suicides and also a Killmonger? I'm about to look up the dual bot Killmonger. Let's see if this is correct. Jack error. Oh, it is correct. Okay. Alright, so we have a Killmonger. Sig 200 as well. Okay.
K0LBASA.
Give me a sec on that. don't lose those letters and numbers. What's up, Rel? Am I supposed to be fighting any specific way versus this guy?
I'd imagine you'd want to keep your special 2s training, because they're the ones that apply the armor break, right, Star?
Yeah, special 2 is on break.
And
But
you're
if you
going
want to see if the reverb just goes away with the infections, then it might be more just getting the block hits. But special 2 wouldn't hurt because you're also refreshing the infection. But definitely no special ones.
It does seem like a good potential counter to Killmonger, not downright insane.
It's got reverb up right now, but I'm not taking any damage from it.
Yeah, now you have 90%. Right, you have 4.
It's a whopping 120%.
Yeah, for a second at least.
This guy's cool.
Not to mention, while the opponent is infected, you are gonna start off the attack by applying an armor break. It just says,
Yeah, you get it at the start and at the end. But the start
think
one's
he's gonna go
half
with it anyway.
duration.
I worry for my thumbs.
I wish I can go for him, but damn, I can't.
We'll be grindy buddies.
This one has suicides. Not yours, Clobberin, but Donut Cop. All right, so what is yours, Clobberin?
Kolbasa, spelled K0L
Oh God.
EASA.
Wait. BASA, right?
Yeah, like Basa or Busa, but
It-
instead of an O, add an A.
This is a level 14 Drax. Something
that
went
shouldn't
wrong.
be the case.
Let's start over. K0, right?
Yes.
L B
Mm-hmm.
ASA.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, that's this level 14 Drax. Is there what alliance are they in? Maybe this is a wouldn't be a one, would it?
MSTE5.
Maybe it's a capital I. No.
No, it's an uppercase L. Might be it. Lowercase K, uppercase L. No way that system is that gimmicky.
What's what's the alliance tag?
MSTE5.
Or wait, hold on a sec. Someone just put something in the alliance chat.
Someone put one in live chat also for TK65.
It's like Thing is a popular champion.
Okay, we got one. Thank you, Doc McKnife. All right, so this is definitely without suicides. Don't know what other masteries they're running, but it's definitely without suicides. That's funny. I normally never even have my alliance chat open that I could see it while I'm streaming, but I had it open because I was doing the dual thing, dual bot. Frisky Dart sent over to saying a nice lad in chat said Torrid Phoenix. Well, thank you very much to that nice lad, and Frisky Dart, thank you very much for the 2, but I got one. But yeah, thank you guys. All right, let's go do it.
Get ready for fight. You know how you normally do. Moment of silence for the falling of Thing.
He definitely will be falling.
Someone's gonna die.
If I could chain things a little bit better, I'd be able to extend that first, what's it called? First infection. He's definitely not going down as fast. I don't think I mean, I'm not playing perfectly, but...
Well, the big thing about the reason why he's not going down as fast is because his techno virus thing, when that's on him, and whenever he regens, he's going to start losing power, which in turn contributes to the degen that he gets off the sig. Though it is small, it is constant while he is drained, and the willpower triggered from suicides triggers that and then goes faster. So in a non-suicides fight, it's going to take longer, but the general strategy should work. And so should most consistent fleeters. The only issue is, in terms of DPS, you won't be getting this type of crazy damage because all of Warlock's main willpower dealing effects, such as the armor break, shock, and I don't think there's anything on the SP3, will all be nullified by things' natural immunities. So you won't be getting any of those natural damage dealing abilities except on champions with suicides already.
I also screwed up here and what's it called? Pushed him a little too far. Oh god. Yeah. I done messed up. Rip. I pushed him to 15 stacks. I should have just tried to clear it anyway while parry stunned and probably would have been fine, but ended up just backing up and getting clobbered. Yeah, plus he's not taking the recoil damage from specials and all that good stuff. The poison.
It pleases Clobberin to have you die.
Because I'm sure that's more damage than the tiny bit of damage this guy is dealing. But okay, let's do it one more time, just not messing up. I want to see if I can chain that first infection a little bit more. And then maybe take the fight a little bit more aggressively after I have the 2 infections. Because when you only have 1, you're not preventing enough to really, you know... keep his rock stacks down. Aside from, like, you know, heavying to do the bleed.
Not to mention, if you are cycling the heavy parry, that his protection's going to be almost always up. So it's going to be a bad situation for you.
Well, that's a cooldown, doesn't it?
It does, but if you start dealing more than 300% of your base damage, as with the big hammer swing in the SP2 with the 565, it's going to start triggering a lot more than normal. But you gotta figure, the health pools are similar to that in an Alliance War, in terms of relations here. I'd almost argue in terms of hit counts, it's a very similar situation to, say, the new Spider-Man, because of the large amount of hits on his specialty.
So yeah, I think it goes back to kind of the original idea behind this test was just to see if it was doable more so than to see if you'd be like an ideal counter or something like that, because he's not the most ideal counter, that's for sure. But if you ever find this guy on a healing node of any kind, well, he can get it done. So yeah, 131 hits. It's definitely a big step up from the 52 that I took down Pete with, but yeah, I think he can. Yeah, on the healing nodes at least, he'd be good. Okay. Still an important test, I feel. No, Wolvie's regen should be a defensive mechanic, and Star Wars reporting Warlock stop those from proccing. Seems possibly bugged, IMO. That's a good point, Coat. It might just be, yeah, it might just be total ability accuracy. This looks much less ideal than with suicides, yeah. Keep in mind it's only 330. That's true. It is only a 330, and I'm not running suicides.
But also keep in mind the nature of Warlock's special spam. However, with something like the Robot Uprising synergy, you could get that massive Fury off the start, and then be able to chain it with the parry heavy spam. But it would also be wasted because protection shield would be up from the first stun.
Really saying it's bugged. He's stopping Electro. Yeah, it does very clearly state offensive ability accuracy. Because, I mean, I guess a lot of times they probably designed it intentionally to be offensive ability accuracy because they probably don't want you to stop triggering healing off of champions like Wolverine. That's a little bit counterintuitive to his toolkit. So, it does seem like a bug. Which in some cases helps and in some cases hurts. We'll see what Kabam does about it. But I really like this guy. I think he's super cool. I think he's one of the most useful champions that we've seen in recent time. To be totally honest, like there's been a bunch of useful champions. It's not like Kabam's putting out a lot of duds. Not every champion's amazing, but they have put out a lot of good ones. But you know, just thinking about like Cole, for example, like the dude, yeah, Cole hits crazy hard and stuff, but how many people are using Cole versus someone like Warlock, where I think we're gonna see a lot of Warlock users, even popular champions like Namor. You know, people are still gonna use Namor. He's still really good and everything, but I honestly think we're gonna see more Warlock users than Namor users. This guy is not going to take over every area of the game because he still doesn't hit nearly as hard as, you know, some of the really hard hitting champions. So for common like content that doesn't require his utility, yeah, you're not going to see him all that much. But just in general, I think if you look at an alliance that does have a bunch of Warlocks, then I think we would see a few on attack per like battle group, like one or two per attack. But of course he's brand new, so not many people actually have him. So he's still going to be a little bit less common because of that. But yeah, great synergies, great all-around champion. The light attack counter thing is really interesting. The reach on it does seem like it's further than any champion in the game. This guy's awesome. This guy's just straight up awesome. How good do you think his synergy with Vision is? It's one of those synergies where it's good. It's definitely good. But, of course, it only matters where you're going to be getting these debuffs that you're immune to. And in a lot of fights, you're not really going to be facing that. Or it's only going to happen like at the start of the fight. And, 60% at the start of the fight, okay, nice little extra damage, but, you don't really need that. Not even 60% damage, 60% attack, which is, in most cases, less than just straight up 60% damage. But, yeah, it is good, though, and it allows you to counter certain things, like Caustic Temper. And it makes situations like facing Biohazard a little bit more enjoyable. And it's also, I keep forgetting too, it's not just for these 4 champions, or, 5 including Warlock. It is, it's for any teammate. Yeah. And I would say, Vision, of course, is the champion that people would be pairing this up with. There are some cases where the others can be paired up, but for the most part, it's going to be, paired up with Vision, who's good. And Vision is just kind of lacking in damage. That's the one area where Vision is not really, doesn't really excel at. So, dude, this guy's awesome. This guy is awesome. I don't even think his damage is that bad because of his special too, as long as you can armor break the enemy. If you can't armor break them, yeah, maybe not so great, but those armor breaks, especially when running suicides. And because the damage is so loaded into that special too, you pop a champion boost, a tech boost or whatever, and you get a lot of power back and cycle them. Really cool. Use Vision on map 6, AQ, and run Biohazard. Dude, get yourself a Warlock on the team. Make it, make it more fun. PG, off to work now, and you're leaving soon. I am leaving soon, man. But Eddie, there'll be more streams. I'll be back tomorrow. Hope you have a good day at work, though. Brian, does he need the dupe to be good? I don't know what to think about the dupe, even.
The dupe will help in cases where you're getting the power drain, because it's going to do a bit of damage. And it's a active degeneration, if I'm thinking of it right. I might be passive.
It is passive.
Yeah. There's some other one that's not passive.
The shock up
But
SP1.
It's going to be more useful in non-story content when you're fighting other opponents, because those are the ones that are going to have willpower. And then it'll probably be pretty annoying on war defense.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. So for story content, not really needed, but for Alliance War content, it's nice to have. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a straight DPS increase. It doesn't actually add any utility.
It's a straight DPS increase when you're using his utility, basically. Because it's not going to be there in all fights. It's going to be there when you're using Special 3 in fights where you're not getting the power drain via the health gain. Would be health gain.
There's the flip-flop of Omega Red.
It does add a decent chunk of damage though, to a champion that doesn't have crazy damage output. So, it might be one of those things where it might not matter.
People are more likely to put SIGs in it for the prestige than for the actual ability of it.
Yeah. It maybe it's one of those abilities where it might not matter in like a standard fight, but if you go to fight like a mini boss or a boss or something like that, and you kind of need that extra damage, then it would probably be pretty important. Okay. Well, it's getting a little bit late here, so we're gonna be wrapping it up. But I really like Warlock. I think he's one of the most fun champions to play in a while. I do like him more than Mysterio. I'm not necessarily sad about going for Mysterio though. I think Mysterio is also cool. They have some similarities, some differences. In some situations, one's gonna be better than the other, of course. But in general, if I had to pick one, I kind of do wish I had Warlock instead of Mysterio. But at least Mysterio will remain a little bit more unique, since I think most people would rather have Warlock than Mysterio. So at least there's that. Apudas sending over 40 rupees. Thanks, man. Saying last, please. Okay. If Warlock would have come before Mysterio, would he be one of your rank 5 now? Aha, right there. Yeah. Just talking about that. He would be, yeah. Well, okay, so here's the other thing about Warlock. I would have put up a much higher score for Warlock. I would have put up over 70 million for Warlock. And I did not think that Mysterio was going to go that high. I actually, if I remember correctly, I think I used a little bit of units refreshing just to pad the score. But it was like, I don't know, 300 units or something like that. For this guy, I would have spent, I don't know, a couple thousand units, maybe. So I kind of expected that I would like Warlock more once I found out that this guy was a robot and, you know, heard about some of his abilities. So I kind of expected that, and I knew he had higher prestige because of the data mine stuff before Mysterio ever came out. But it was also one of those things where it's like, I don't think I can go for him, and that ended up being true. Where yeah, like especially, yeah, like this round versus when Mysterio was in the arena, I would have spent several thousand more units actually. So, and I need the units right now for 6.3. Mysterio, I'll just have to hope to get him one day out of a basic crystal, or maybe he'll be in the next batch of dungeon crystals or something like that. Lance sent over 2 saying, what happened to Sunspot testing? I'm sorry, man. We never got to it. I used them for one fight. But
never hit that sweet Sunspot.
But Warlock actually ended up taking a lot more time than the average champion, just because I was having a lot of fun doing the dueling. So I'm sorry. I wanted this to mostly be about Warlock. That's why I didn't even put Sunspot on like the thumbnail, and Sunspot was only in parentheses, which I just deleted now. So I was trying not to be clickbaity with it, but we just ran out of time. Sorry, man. Maybe Mysterio will be like Corvus, where people find out a better way to play him and it becomes better. Honestly, Mysterio is good. He's not a bad champion by any means. He's not a bad champion by any means. He has some unique utility that Warlock doesn't have, especially for like the reverse control stuff when pairing up Mysterio and Emma. You know, Warlock. There's nothing Warlock can do to gain that regular controls on a reverse control node. At least not that particular one. Because there's, what, Delirium, where robots are immune to it or something. But anyway. And then, yeah, just certain other things that Mysterio has. And, yeah, I really don't have any regrets about going for Mysterio. I'm still happy with that decision. If I can go back in time, I would do the same thing again. BG was going for Mysterio. Literally the entire chat was like, you sure you don't want to wait for Warlock? BG's explained it several times, but it's still funny after the fact. Yeah. Yeah, I was explaining it back then, too. But that was a while ago. That was like a month ago. Okay, Clobbering Time and Star, thank you both for hopping on call, helping with the testing. It helped tremendously.
Glad to be of service.
And thank you to Cynical Alex for being the big D of the night. And thank you for the other super chats and all that stuff too. I'll be back normal time tomorrow. Yeah. Till then, guys, good luck if you're grinding for Warlock in round 2. I will just be going back to milestones. I really need to continue grabbing as many units as possible instead of spending them, which, you know, again, I would have to spend several thousand units if I wanted to go for them, and yeah, that just ain't happening. I could wait, you know. No, I'm not gonna. I was actually gonna say maybe I would wait until he was in the 6-star basic pool and save my 6 stars for them, but that ain't happening. I need to pop my 6s. Yeah, it's too long. If I actually get like 3 brand new 6 stars with the 6 stars that I'm gonna open in a little less than 2 weeks, that will help out my arena grinds so much.
Saving anything for NYCC?
I don't know. Contemplating it. The 6 stars, no. 5 stars, possibly. I'm nearing 100,000 5-star shards right now. Plus 2 fully formed 5 stars. So, item list. Yeah, Pudas, sorry, man. There will not be any item list tomorrow. It would be a lot of fun. There's only 10 paths remaining in all of 6.2. I was pretty happy, satisfied with today's progress, but I cannot do item list tomorrow. I will likely do item list again after this next round of AQ and hopefully be able to get a bit more time in there. When does AQ start up again? Is it starting on Tuesday?
Something like that.
Okay, so I think Sunday should be off again, which would be great. Do a Sunday, Monday, or something like that. Who won Dota 2?
Dota 3.
I guess there's no possible way people will be mad at spoilers, right? But just in case you are, exit now if you don't want to hear who won. But the winner was OG. And it's crazy. Okay, real quick before I go. So yesterday at the end of the stream, I was saying, like, you know, the stadium goes nuts. Everybody's, you know, I swear it seemed like it was like louder than the Super Bowl, which it can't be, but it just seemed like it. Maybe just the way they have it mic'd up inside and stuff like that. But the crowd was absolutely going crazy. And after I said that, the tournament this year is being held in China, and after I said that, the final Chinese Dota team got eliminated from the tournament, and the crowd was so sad, and they were nowhere near as loud as they were back when they still had a home team in it. And I was sad that they lost because that it just kind of, you know, it killed a bit of the hype for the grand finals. But it was still fun to watch. All right. Anyway, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. What was the prize? It was a $35 million prize pool. I think the top team took home like 15.5 of that. So, congrats to those guys. They are now the highest, all 5 of those guys, because they actually won it 2 years in a row, which is unheard of. No, it's never happened. There's never been even a single person on any team that's won this tournament twice. But this entire team won it twice, and now as a result, they all. Actually, I don't know if they all hold the world record, but those 5, they have more winnings than any professional gamer, whatever you want to call it, esport person, athlete. Athlete's definitely the word. Because they won both these years, and it's so much more money than like the average tournament. But okay, anyway, good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.